Okay, so here we are. I got my Lindbergh hardware out of the cabinet. Sorry for the mess here. Basically, there's a lot of people in the house, so if I was to try and record in there, there'd probably be a lot of background noise. Now, the first thing is, here you have your PIC chip. And this will be your security chip. Now, your security chip goes right here where your security key goes. And under normal circumstances, when you change games, you'd have to change this security key. And as you can see, it's just basically a chip. Let's see if we can focus in. There you go. And you would change your game and you put the new key in, etc., etc., etc. And it would just pop in like this. Okay. Well, now that we're making this a multi, we have to move this out. So, you'll see there's a screw here, and there's one right there. So all we're going to do is just unscrew those. Just to be safe, we're going to take the key out first. We'll just pop these suckers out, so give me 1 second. Alright, so here we are. Oops. Get this settled. Alright, so as you can see, sorry. Really not used to working like this, but oh well. Alright, as you can see right here, I removed the security chip. Here, we got our new security chip. You gotta be careful with it. Of course, there's stupid birds. Alright. So, when you get your security chip, your new one, you'll notice there's a notch on one end. You see it's right there on the left side, whereas it's not on the right side. And what you need to do is you need to install it right here. Make sure all the legs line up, and make sure the notch, which is right, let's see, that notch right there needs to line up with the notch right here. So I'm gonna put this in. Give me a second and I'll show you the results. Okay, so I got the chip in, and it's not all the way in, but I wanted to show you is you need to make sure all those legs are lined within each individual hole. You don't want to break any of those legs, and the same goes for this side, although you can't see it quite as well, but let's see if I can. There you go. See how all the legs are lined up? That's what you want. So, once you got that done, then you just gently press in on each side until it's fully installed. So, that's all it takes. And it should go in nice and smooth. And you can see both notches line up just exactly as they should. Now, the next part is you have to actually open up your Lindbergh hardware here. So I'm going to shut down, we're going to open up, and we'll proceed to the next step. Alright, so now we want to open up our Lindbergh. Yours may be different. This is the only Lindbergh hardware I've ever had, so I'm not sure if they're all like this. They should be. I know there are different Lindbergh versions. There's the yellow, the blue, the red X. I have a yellow, obviously, and mine may be different than others. I don't know. Like I said, I've only owned one piece of Lindbergh hardware. But they're pretty easy to get open. All you do is basically take this panel and push it forward. So you can see it was locked into this notch right here. It went under it. There's some other hooks on this side which get locked into other notches. You just pull it forward and then pop it off. That's it. Really not much to it. Alright, so the next step, let's see. Okay, the next step is we have to install our HDD and our CF card. So, give me a second and I'll show you what to do. Alright, so we got our Lindbergh open. And if you turn it around, you look down and you can see right there is our CF card. Now, it's really, really easy to pop this one out. Mine, I already popped out, but you basically stick your hand in there, you get it, and it just pulls right out. So, that's all you do. And you can see on the CF card, where is it? There's a notch right there. You see that notch? Let's see. It's not going to focus in too well, especially because I got some bad lighting right there. You see that notch? So that's how it gets slid or slides right in. So you take your new card, label side up, it should be. Your notches should be towards the left of the card as you're holding it. And you just put it in. Now, I'm going to shut the camera off right now because my big old hands, you know, you're not going to see anything anyway. So, 1 second. Alright, so I got it in the slot right there. Just add some extra light. You can see it goes back and forth real easily, and you're just going to go gently push it towards. Make sure you got good contact, which it appears we do. And there you are. Now, the final step is installing the hard drive, which is right in this section right here. Let's pull out. Always pull out, kids. So, how do we get this thing out? Real simple. Well, I think it's simple. Let's see. Looks like we're just going to take out the screws here and here, and it should slide out. I can't tell if there's screws on the bottom. I hope there isn't. But yeah, so let me get that done, and we'll see what the next process is. Alright, so I got the hard drive out. Now luckily, I only had to remove screws here and here. However, your hard drive actually has screw threads on both sides. So, if there would have been screws on the other side, you probably would have to take this out and then take this whole unit out. Hopefully it would just come out. And then remove the hard drive that way. Now, here's a little tip. Before you remove the hard drive, you're going to have... let's see. There we go. You're going to have this cable and this cable connected to your hard drive. And they're going to be connected here and here. This one I highly recommend removing before you remove the hard drive. The reason being is you don't seem to have too much play, too much wiggle room. This one I didn't have to remove until after I removed the hard drive. And the reason I did it that way is because it was a little tight. So I didn't want to take a chance of ripping it. But either way, just be careful. Do what you can. So now we take our new hard drive We're going to install. And these can only go one way. So you got a notch right there, and there's a notch right there in the middle. So just install it. Should go in pretty easy. Okay. And then we are going to gently put back in here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera because it's kind of hard to focus on the camera and my work right now. But I'll show you when everything's done.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.